this big ass wedge and just go. Only thing you'll see in a lesbian relationship that looks like that. Hey everybody!
We just wanted to introduce you to
Officially.
And a member of our family. Calm down! Anyway, this is Banks. She's our kitten.
I got her.
Yeah, please take her. This is Banks.
She's a little crazy right now.
She's a baby. She doesn't like to stay still.
No.
Or be held sometimes.
Now she does. So we just wanted to have a little introductory video about ourselves. Also kind of about how we met. Have that be like our first video completely together.
It's official now.
It's official.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. My name is Marielle. You already know that.
How old are you?
I'm 22 years old. My family is currently living in Iowa. I have family that's on the East Coast, in like the Maryland, Virginia area. And then my mom's family is in Iowa. I was born in Maryland, but then moved to Iowa. I went to Millikan University where Katie goes, but I graduated in May. Now I work there as a College of Fine Arts admission counselor. So it's cool. It really worked out because then I got to have a job in the place where I already knew the people that I was working with, and then get to be with this one.
Sorry.
She's zoned in.
I guess I'll go then. I'm Katie. I'm the cat part of Cat and Mar. I am almost 21. So I'm 20 currently. I'm a student at Millikan University. I'm a musical theater major with a dance minor, and I'm a junior.
That was cool with the two of us because I was a theater major, so we were both interested, and still are, both interested in kind of the same thing, but kind of different aspects of the same thing, because she is more singing and dancing and acting, and so then I do perform. I am more in like the direction side of things, and writing too, but yeah, just kind of different sides of the table for the theater world, so.
Yeah. I'm originally from Arizona. That's where my family resides. They're originally from the suburbs of Chicago, Illinois. And so we have family out here in Indiana and Illinois, as well as family in Arizona and a little bit in California, I believe. I guess a fun fact about me is I did not come out, so to say, until I met her, which we'll get into in a minute here.
But I can have a separate story all about like my journey with orientation, and
she has a more exciting story than I do.
It's not more exciting, more so just long.
Extensive.
So long. Elementary school to now is where how all of that happened. But
it's that crazy thing where it's like if I had never come out here and if she had never come to Millikan, like our paths would have never crossed. Yeah. And so it's that crazy thing where both of our lives just kind of led us to each other.
Yeah. So it was kind of our school that was the reason.
Yes. Good job picking your college. I think you should start the story of how we started dating, because I'm going to be honest with you all, I feel like majority of this story I blacked out for part of it. And I'll tell you, and there will be moments where I'll stop her and I'll tell you from my perspective, because it was kind of a weird moment in time, and I really do think I forgot majority of the story because I think my mind was just freaking out. I think she also needs to start because if it weren't for her, we wouldn't be together. In my opinion.
Well, I think, so I guess I kind of instigated it in a way. So last year, I was a senior at Millikan and Katie was a sophomore. I was in a show with the student-run theater company on campus. It was very fun to be in that, and I had performed, like I had performed at least once a year in a show, but that was probably my favorite performing experience on campus. Then with one of her dance groups for the second day? Yeah, because it was
opening weekend?
Mm-hmm. It was a 2-show day. And
so she remembers more than I do.
Yes, but we had a 7:30 show and then we had a midnight show. After the 7:30 show, they were supposed to then open to dance, and then they would go, and then the show would begin. The day before, for the opening, there was a show Snapchat. Because I was not signed into my personal Snapchat, she decided to spam me and just send my personal account all of these Snapchats, which I couldn't respond to because
she was logged into the Snapchat for Pipe Dreams. But here's the funniest thing before we go on. We had gone to the same parties, been in the same places, seen shows at the same time. When I ran home to my Greek house,
Yeah.
we were there for each other's lives since I was a freshman, kind of.
Yeah. I was there at your dance shows, and I was like, wow, she's
Yes.
a really awesome, beautiful dancer. And then I just kind of left it at that. Because we're both in theater, and those
Then
groups
you
of people
know
are
each
very
other.
close. Within the same program,
You kinda-
really get to know those people.
Exactly. We didn't know each other, but we knew of each other.
Yeah, we knew of each other.
So then I was like, well, I'll just spam her with a bunch of crazy pictures of her, because why not?
So fast forward
Anyway.
to the show. And so I shared a house with my 3 best friends.
Shout out!
Yeah, shout out to my 3 best friends, Taylor, Claire, and Darius. But
They're
I
the
shared...
best.
They are the best. I shared a house with them, and it was us 4 that second day after this whole like spamming thing had happened. We invited people over to our house in between just to like be able to stay awake.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I was kind of excited that she had come over, because I think that's when I was starting to get like silly little feelings, and I was like, okay, yeah, this girl's
Silly
pretty...
little feelings.
No, well, I mean, they were silly little at the time. There was a moment when we were all there and we were just having fun. Everyone was just laughing and talking. Because I had now my own Snapchat back, I decided to record her and see how long it took.
And then she says this was the moment
I specifically remember that
That-
this was the moment.
she knew she liked me.
Anything
Not like
anymore.
liked, but like liked me.
She was like, stop it! And then she jumped onto me and wrestling me to try and get me to stop recording her.
Yes.
And I was like,
Okay, also
yeah,
to
okay, I
note,
really like her.
I didn't know she was gay.
Secretive.
Before the show, we took a burlesque and undeniable sound of right now picture together. And in the picture, I'm holding her leg and we're like doing a silly sexy pose.
She held
I
my
held her
leg, and I
leg.
was like, okay.
She was
later on.
freaking out, but I had no idea.
And I was just like, on the outside, I was just
She was
like,
cool, calm, and collected. In the show, she has a love interest that's a boy. So then,
let's all laugh together.
which good acting on her part. I just thought you were living your life and you liked men and
You would never know. But that was the moment that I realized in between those 2 shows that I had, the feelings were not like anything passing, like they were pretty real. It was exactly a month later. Over the course of that month, those feelings had started to grow.
started to see each other more. We worked in the same area at the same time.
In the theater offices.
Yes. So we would see each other a lot.
The Snapchat game continued. We were seeking each other out.
Which I bet she was excited about.
Oh, I was very excited. Like looking forward to the next time that I got to see her. And there were little moments that I don't even think you meant.
Again, I feel like I blacked out for all this.
We were at a talk for a guest speaker and you were laughing and you put your hand on my leg and you left it there, and of course that just made me fire off. She just didn't even know that she was doing these things, but I didn't know if that meant anything on her end. It was kind of all of that added up together that made me okay with sharing how I felt. So that month after, it started out with this evening, but I was sitting in my room and I just decided that I needed to tell her. And so I ran downstairs to one of my 3 best friends from that house, Darius. And I just went, Darius, I like Katie a lot. Help me. I had all of those feelings and I knew that I needed to say something. He was able to kind of talk me through it and then say, hey, you might as well just go for it. And it wasn't so much tell me what to do. I already knew what I wanted to do. It was helping me get through it and encourage me to actually do what I wanted to do. The next day,
Yes, this is it.
I was sitting in class. I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew that the best time to do it was going to be while we were at work.
Was not the best time, in my opinion.
So I get out of class. So I go down and I get all my stuff set up at my workstation, and I'm like, okay. And I specifically remember telling myself, like, give yourself 20 seconds of courage starting now. And I just walked all the way down the hallway and I was like 11, 12, 13.
And here's the thing. So before she comes to tell me this information, I had just sent her a Snapchat saying how tired I was and how I was about to take a nap at work. I was exhausted. I just was not prepared to hear information that important to me.
Which was?
So she walks into the script library, and I thought she was just coming in to chill.
Like
She would normally just come in, we'd chat a bit, it would be fun. But so I'm sitting there, and this is, okay, so we're going to tell you from my perspective, and then from her perspective. So I'm sitting there, I feel like we were chatting before you just dropped the bomb. So I'm sitting there, and she just did the small talk of like, how are you? How was your day? Like, you're tired? Why? You know, all that stuff you do. And then out of nowhere, she goes, I have something to tell you. And I was like, okay. Well, what's up there?
So I started the conversation with, I have something to tell you.
And that made me so nervous.
I really like you.
And then I sit there, my tired ass, and I'm like, oh, I like you too. Thinking that it was just a chill, like, oh, I like you as a person, you know? I wasn't thinking, because, like, I have never gone through a situation with past significant others where you sat there and said, I like you. Necessarily. And then I turn and I go, wait, what did you just say? Because I feel like I did something wrong. Like, I was like, I didn't hear everything correctly. I was taking it out of context for you.
Said that I have romantic feelings for you.
And
she goes,
oh.
oh. What?
I don't remember
And
that.
I just remember sitting there. I was like, this is my worst nightmare come true.
But then she had to go because we had alum coming to talk. And so she's like, I have to go.
I was like, well,
You
I'll let
didn't
you think on
stay.
that. I know that I kind of sprung that on you, but that's how I'm feeling.
After she left and went to the talk thing, I just sat there and I was like, what just happened? What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to feel? What am I supposed to do? I've never dated a woman. It caught me off guard because it wasn't surprising.
Mm-hmm.
And then I talked to Darius.
The person who I had spilled my guts about feelings for her was then her advice giver.
I just asked him, I said, like, this happened. I don't know how to feel. And he really talked through it with me, and I was able to get a good perspective and, like, kind of also flush out my feelings. I did send her a text that night apologizing for how I reacted because I didn't think it was fair to her. And I was really honest, and I said I thanked her for being completely honest with me. But then I also told her that I have never been through this before, and I don't know how I feel, but that doesn't mean I'm saying no. I just have to figure it out.
Just the fact that she texted me that night, like, that had never happened to me before. And I knew that I made the right choice.
Sliding into the DMs.
Yeah.
I invited you over because she had watched my favorite movie, Nightmare Before Christmas, as a child and didn't like it.
And she says, do you want to come over to my room and watch a movie? And I just went,
She wants me over in her room. I start the movie and then I pause it right away and I turn to her.
You make my heart flutter all over again.
And I say, what did I say?
I specifically remember this part.
I don't. I was very nervous.
You said to me, I haven't been able to stop thinking about you in the best way. And
I'm smooth.
On the outside, I was like, okay. And on the inside, I was like, woo!
But then I told her that I want to try this out. And so then we watched the movie and we cuddled. And then we had our first kiss that night, too. The whole idea of when you're really not looking is when you find that person, which is so crazy and true for us. I think that's all. That's all, folks.
So what we'll probably do, we said on our channel that we'll post on Sundays. I think before she leaves, we might see if we can post twice a week. And once she leaves for Arizona at the end of the school year, then
it's gonna be a little tricky.
It'll be kind of tricky, but we'll find something. We might do individual videos.
I think we're also gonna try to get some stuff done before I leave, and she just needs to edit it and post.
Thanks for watching. We hope you have a good remainder of your weekend.
Bye.